Starting the live. So, welcome to the den. Oh, gosh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. The live is started. Let's go. So, don't know how long this live Q&A will be, but I decided, I've kind of brought in a lot of people lately for my lives, such as Rams House and Brown Central. I decided I might as well try to do one for my own, so that way you guys can get my opinion on things. That. So, yeah. I saw one Pride 40 here waiting earlier, but I had to switch the time a bit. I'm sorry about that one, Pride. So I hope you can rejoin us soon enough. Yeah, it's just a live. Nothing really different about this other than the fact there's not going to be really anyone there. I was thinking about maybe either doing a video or maybe a live showing how I make my analytical choices. So, yeah. I don't know. I think that's just something I might do. I also think I'm going to retract my statement yesterday from the New York Jets. I looked at their secondary and it's going to lose them so many games, and their D line is not good enough for that bad of a secondary. So, yeah. Welcome to the Den 1 viewer. Oh, what up, Luke? Nothing much. Just decided to do a live since I've been having so many people on. How have you been, Luke? What's up, One Pride? Welcome back. Sorry for not forgetting to change your time earlier, but yeah, just had to. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm just kind of talking football in here, and I mean, I guess I could talk about anything you guys want, but yeah, football's probably what it does do. You have two more. You had two in the chat. More will come. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, hopefully. My lives haven't been doing as good. Unless I bring people on. I don't know. I'm hoping that I start getting more, but maybe I'm not doing something in my videos that people don't like so much. But. So, what's the plan for beating the Niners week 1? Personally, it's gonna be kind of hard to tell because we haven't seen the current Dan Campbell Lions yet. There's 4 teams that I've talked about. All have had a coach for at least 1 or more years. But my assumption is a very balanced attack. Honestly, I think the Niners have a weak passing team because I do not like their cornerback core, and all I really like is their safeties, and I don't think Tart's all that amazing. So I think it's probably gonna be a game where we might see passing more than I see anything else. But personally, I still think we're gonna see a lot of running. I mean, they do have the scary linebacker duo of Dre Greenlaw and Fred Warner, and I think Samson Beckham's pretty solid as a linebacker. But I don't know. I think just balance is for the offense. For our defense, I think it's going to be pressure Jimmy Garoppolo. He struggles under pressure, and that's why we got the big front seven. I think we're probably going to be blitzing a lot more than we ever did during the last 2 regimes because we have seven good pass rushers other than Michael Brockers. All the guys at least have some potential as pass rushers. Levi O, good pass rusher. Luke McNeil, solid pass rusher. Trey Flowers, good pass rusher. Romeo Cora, elite pass rusher. So that's kind of my idea for there. If you had to convince me, what would you say to me to get to buying? What would say to get me into buying into trading? Oh wait, hold up. If you had to convince me, what would you say to me to get me to buy into trading for Harry's from Pats? First off, let me see what Harry and Pats is. First off, great name, Harry and Pats. Oh, sorry, Nikhil Harry from the Pats. Okay, I thought that was like a company or something. Oh, I'm sorry, Luke. I understand that. I don't know why, but I was thinking that was like a stock thing. But oh, okay. So I would say only trade for Nikhil Harry if if it's like a conditional 6th or 7th rounder. maybe a fifth, but it has to be super conditional, like only if he like has an amazing season and all that. So I would like him because we only have like one real contested catch guy in Tyrell Williams, and I'd kind of like to get another guy at least just to compete. I think people forget Harry, why he has been just dreadful in New England. Was a first round draft pick for a reason. He has potential. He has some good stuff about him. I did like his state from Arizona, although that does make me wonder if I'm a great scout or not. But I'd like to give him just a competition in here. I mean, we already have so many draft picks in the first 4 rounds now, or even five, that I wouldn't mind giving up a sixth or a seventh, and even a conditional fifth. But, but like for example, one Pride 40 says in here, give me a guy that can separate. We already have a lot of guys I can say separate. Quintez Cephas can separate. Brashad Perriman can separate. Amon-Ra St. Brown can separate. Tyler Williams can separate. That's four receivers that can separate. We don't have a guy who technically specializes in contested catching anymore, other than maybe Tyrell. But Tyrell's like a jack of all trades in terms of separation and contested catches. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why. I totally see that now. I can't believe I didn't think about that. And what game are you looking forward to? Mine is the Bengals and the Care Bears. Okay, one Pride 40. You have the best nicknames ever. You have Reach Around Raiders. You had another good nickname from last game. I forgot what it was. But I don't know. It's just it's something that he can do, but you don't avoid the man like the plague. Yeah. Personally, I think for to answer your other thing earlier is I'm pretty excited for the Rams game. I know it's a game we might lose, but I don't know. It's just I want to see Stafford versus Goff because it's like Matthew Stafford versus his old team. Can we beat him or can he beat us? You know, kind of a deal, and kind of like the out with the old and with the new battle. So I'm very excited to see that. Um, I don't know. Cephas is a good contested catch player, but he actually got some pretty good separation. Here, let me bring up a Cephas play real quick that he shows a lot of separation. For example, I can't show every play, but I can show you his ability to separate, and it's actually pretty solid. Let's see. Um, it's his catch versus the Bears. Let me see if I can even find it in here. Is it here? No, it's gonna be next play. It's got to be next play. Yep, it is. Okay. So let me see. Share screen. Okay, there you go. So right here you see Stafford versus the Bears from 6-16. Stafford goes right here. He throws there. And look, he's got some good separation. I mean, it's not clear cut like a Tyrell Williams could be or Rashad Perriman, but he shows some separation there. And I mean, he does it versus the guy in Kyle Fuller, who everyone knows is a great corner. And I believe that was that Tashawn Gibson or Eddie Jackson there? I think that's Eddie Jackson. 39 is his number, I believe. So he's gotten some good moves as a separator, and I mean that's kind of just like what he's done. For kind of time here. I mean, he's always just kind of. We didn't see like many contested catches last year. I don't know why. That was more of a specialty, but that's something he definitely worked on. Stop sharing the screen. There we go. Yeah, and I'm not surprised. I've got more than 1 by 40 and all that. Luke, because I unfortunately did not plan this one. I just decided to do it because I kind of felt bad that I wasn't giving like the fans my views and these and things. Ace Slob Robinson, that's what it was. That's such a good nickname. I mean, I don't know if I'd probably say it to his face, but that's a hilarious nickname. Oh, okay, Luke, you're 100% fine, man. It's okay. I'll keep the den company. Heck yeah, man. Thanks, One Pride 40. Means a lot. I'll probably like get a real live planned soon, like one that's like scheduled and everything, so that way people don't go, "Oh shoot, he's live," but I'm at work or whatever, or I'm doing this. because I want to do more than just like one viewer, so that way one probably doesn't have to think of 1,000 questions. I used to have that dude live come on a lot. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if he's going through something, but I haven't even seen him post in like the longest time. It's in 3 weeks. Man. Either way, I hope he's doing good. But yeah. I guess back to answering questions that One Pride 40 and Luke will probably have. Do do do. No, that's not what I meant. That's not at all what I meant. Oh, there we go. They will be forever be the Reach Run Raiders until they go BPA. Very true, man. I mean, I don't know what is it with the Raiders and thinking that they need to keep reaching to get guys. I mean, Leatherwood was not. He's got to be some crazy player this rookie year for to be worthy of a reach. Because it's one thing to draft a tackle in the first round, not like a struggling rookie year, but if you reach that early, I mean, I think he was picked number 17. I mean, many people predicted him as like a 25th guy or even a second round guy. You got to make sure that he's a great player. Or that's gonna really anger some fans about his production. So yeah, see, geez, Discord, all that, but do yeah. So I guess. Whoa! I said something pop up on my screen. Apparently, elite master. There's some elite master degrees that don't pay off. And AMC Entertainment plus 81% on stocks. It's pretty pog. JOK didn't even like get drafted till the second round. I was so surprised. Everyone had like so much hype for Jock or JOK, or however people. I don't know how people say it, but that man, like, I really liked him as a coverage linebacker, even as a solid pass rusher. I always kind of thought he would be drafted in the first. I mean, his potential is off the chart. He can play slot corner. He can play a bit of box safety. He can play just about every linebacker spot, but strong side, in my opinion. He's pretty good at just about everything. I was kind of surprised that no one drafted him, but I guess it's because of that heart condition. And I think it's kind of like a Maurice Hurst situation where they just want to make sure, I mean, is he going to be healthy for us or not? I'm actually not surprised with Levi. I kind of felt like we were going to go defensive tackle in the second round. I thought, because for example, when that Bama defensive tackle, I think it was Barmore, yeah, Barmore was available. I thought he was for sure going to be drafted by the Lions if available. And so then when he wasn't, I was kind of like, okay, either we're going to select uh, Levi O or possibly Lee McNeil. And I guess we ended up getting both, but Lee McNeil was drafted in the third. So, yeah. I don't know. I just personally, I think the reason we didn't get JOK is because the Saints, I think, want all around backers, like guys who are good at everything, kind of like a Demario Davis kind of back. Or they have to specialize amazingly at one thing, kind of like Derek Barnes of run stuffing. But even then, Derek Barnes is also a pretty solid pass rusher. So I don't really know what that's the thing. It's really hard for me to say I know what the Lions are doing. I know it's kind of for me to make a prediction because this is the first year. If this was the Matt Patricia team, I could easily guess what was going on, what their plan was. But this is just such a different organization. I'm so excited for it. No, me either. Yeah, yeah. So, any concerns about the Bears selecting Fields? Fields is a player who has a lot of potential, in my opinion. I have a lot of concerns about him, in my opinion. He definitely seems to struggle when under pressure, and he definitely seems to struggle. Now, one of my examples of him struggling under pressure is I don't actually know his complete stats for pressure. I tried to find it the other day because I was going to make an NFC North QB video, but I'm trying to find those. Fields seems to kind of struggle more against the good teams, and my theory is because it's pressure, not because he doesn't have accuracy. I mean, the guy had what, a 70% completion percentage last year. I think it's he doesn't do so well under pressure like most young quarterbacks. And because look at his first game against Clemson. I mean, the guy did struggle, and look at his game versus Bama or even Northwestern for that matter. I think pressure is like his enemy, but I think he does make reads. I don't understand the whole he doesn't have a second read thing. I I don't know why. Maybe it's because I mean he didn't have time to really make a second read on the Bama game. So I wonder maybe people just looked at the Bama game and thought, oh, he doesn't look at second reads. But I could personally think he can make reads. My big concern about him is his struggle versus like the top competition. Sometimes, I mean, he's had one good game versus Clemson, and then he beat Wisconsin, and Wisconsin doesn't have an offense that compares to the Ohio State. Their defense is good, but their offense is nowhere near. So I'm not surprised they beat Wisconsin. But okay, you actually mentioned it right here. He also seemed to struggle against mid-tier teams sometimes. Indiana. I guess Indiana was top 10 last year when they faced, but that's a game I didn't really understand why he struggled in. I mean, Indiana doesn't have the best pass rush in football. I mean, it's good pass rush, but and so I just don't really understand it. I mean, Indiana was not a game. I mean, was a game he should have lost. He threw 3 interceptions. I don't understand how Indiana choked that game, unless they had like a really dreadful offense. I didn't really follow the Hoosiers this year, so I don't know what their offense was really like. I know they got a quarterback that PFF's hyping up, but I don't know. Fields struggled versus Indiana. He struggled versus Northwestern. He didn't deserve to have that Clemson game. He was bailed out by Trey Sermon versus Northwestern. And so my concern is his competition versus good teams. I'm concerned if maybe pressure is something he doesn't face really well. And he has to get beat. No Ohio State quarterback has ever had success. The Bears' best quarterback season hasn't even had 4,000 yards in their history. That means the Bears do not produce good quarterbacks, and Matt Nagy has not done well with his quarterbacks. Mitch Trubisky just kind of played the same throughout his career. Mike Glennon was never good. Uh, no one's really been good for the Bears, and since like Josh McCown's 13 touchdown, 1 interception season, I'm kind of not scared, but I'm definitely scared of what Fields could be. Outside of Lawrence, the best QB was Wilson, and people are pegging him to be a bust. I think that's because he's more of a part of a Jets team than the fact that Wilson will be a bust. I mean, I don't. I think it's because everyone just has no confidence in the Jets. Understandably so. Look at the last quarterbacks they have had. Sam Darnold has been a bust. Geno Smith was a bust. Them signing Ryan Fitzpatrick was a bust. Uh, Mark Sanchez wasn't good. It's just, to be fair, I also don't think they drafted the best quarterbacks in football history when they drafted. But I am also a really big fan of Zach Wilson. I actually think he's a potential Rookie of the Year candidate. I'm a really big fan of him. I also think they got themselves a slightly improved team. The run game, Rams House has convinced me in Discord that the run game is not going to be good. And but he's got himself some good weapons. I think their line will be improved. I think they can get to like 18th now compared to I think they were 29th last year because of the additions of Morgan Moses and Elijah Vera Tucker, and I can just only hope that Micah Becton has that ceiling that everyone says he has. The Care Bears are quarterback graveyard. Yeah, they will, honestly. Unless you're Josh McCown, apparently. Even then, they didn't keep him. Wilson won't bust. I 100% agree. The guy has an amazing arm, and he had some insane accuracy last year for BYU. And he could even move pretty well. He's not like insane mover. He's not like Fields. I don't even think he's much better of a runner at all than. But he can move. I mean, his throwing the run's pretty fantastic. Yeah, I like Micah Becton. My favorite tackle in last year's draft was Worse. I never really understood the hype for Andrew Thomas. But I was kind of a Worse Becton guy, so I also kind of liked Jedrick Wills, but the only reason I didn't like Wills all that much is because they were going to move him out of position, even though he'd never done anything before, and I didn't think he was Penei Sewell level. But yeah, Fields will bust, and maybe Lance. I kind of agree. I like that they're at least sitting Fields for a bit. I don't want them to throw Fields into the fire as a Fields as a somewhat OSU fan. I've kind of had to watch OSU because my cousin's a really big OSU fan, along with his dad. So I kind of at least have some respect for the Buckeyes, unlike most Lions fans. But as a Lions fan, I don't really want to see Justin Fields succeed. So I hope he will bust. Now for Trey Lance, I don't think he'll actually bust. I think he's in the perfect situation for him. Lance was always kind of the project quarterback, like my guy Josh Allen. He reminds me a lot of Josh Allen. I watched every single Josh Allen throw when he was a quarterback at Wyoming, and Lance has a lot of similarities to Allen. He's explosive with his arm, but vastly inexperienced against good competition. He he has some good. I think he's more accurate than Allen in some ways. I think he had a higher completion percentage, but the thing is, he's behind a better, more accurate quarterback in Jimmy Garoppolo. Garoppolo, the one thing I will give him credit for is he's accurate. I don't think Andy Dalton's accurate anymore. And he's got himself the best offensive minded coach in football compared to Fields, who has, well, okay, I don't know if Shanahan's the best offensive minded coach in football, but he's definitely up there. But he's got the one of the best offensive minds in football, a good mentor who's been mentored by the GOAT, and you got yourself a far better 49ers team with far better weapons compared to Fields, who will probably be losing Allen Robinson. Same thing with Lance. The only thing I have is 49ers have produced good quarterbacks in history, though. They produced Joe Montana, Steve Young. Granted, I know it was a while ago, but they also produced Alex Smith, who's more recent memory. And even Jimmy G has been pretty good for them. He never was healthy. I mean, he was never elite or great, but he was still good. I'm actually really excited about Lance, personally. I'm a huge fan of the small school quarterbacks with athleticism just killing it in the pros. Maybe I was just a sucker there, but I mean, just for note, Lance. Um, let me go stats here. If it would show his college stats, why is my ESPN always not working for me? Stats. I'm just gonna go to NFL.com maybe. Okay, so he had a 66.9 completion percentage on 287 attempts. It's pretty impressive. And since he only had 287 attempts, he had 2,786 yards, 9.7 yards per throw, 28 touchdowns to 0 interceptions, 108.0.6 quarterback rating. And he had 1,100 rushing yards, 6.5, and 14 rushing touchdowns. The one thing I have concerned about Lance is Luke G pointed this out. I never saw him slide. That's why I'm really excited for him being on the bench. For A, he probably won't. He probably develop more into a pocket passer. But B, he's developing behind a quarterback that will tell him, you got to slide, man. So, which of the top 5 quarterbacks will likely bust? Okay, so top 5. I need to make sure I'm correct here. Is Lawrence, Wilson, and then it was Fields, I believe, and Lance and Mac. If I'm correct, I think that's how it went. That is very true. That's why I'm happy he's sitting. If they started him, I would say he would be a complete bust. Rams house. I was not a Lance fan heading to draft unless he went to San Francisco. Like my entire thing for him is he had to sit for a year or two and then come out and play because that guy did not play any NFL talent. You were 100% correct. I mean, but Josh Allen didn't either. I mean, that's the thing. That's why I say he's perfect. Allen. I mean, I watched every Allen snap, but Allen, I think who's the best team Allen faced? I think might have been it might have been either Boise or Aggies back when he was at college. I don't think he faced anyone all that good in the college level. It's why he's a developmental quarterback. The best team he faced in 2017 was the Boise State Broncos. Oh, he also faced Oregon. Never mind. He faced Oregon. And in 2016, the best team he faced was the 13th ranked Broncos. In 2015, the best team he faced was Eastern Michigan. So he hasn't really. Are you trolling? You really think Lance is going to start week one? I'd be kind of surprised if Lance starts week one, considering the fact they have an experienced vet. Sorry, I'm actually going to answer one pride four just first before I go into Rams House stuff. But I think the most likely one to bust is shoot. I'm gonna go. Oh, it's so hard. I like all of them in some form of a way, but I think the most likely one would be Fields. Fields is in the worst situation out of each quarterback, in my um, opinion, because I don't know. It's just Trey. Sorry, not Trey. Yeah, Fields is gonna probably lose Robinson. He doesn't want to be there because he's been. What isn't this his second season of being tagged? They have a questionable head coach whose offense is it's awful, and the only thing he's gonna keep is David Montgomery. Cole Kmet's unproven, as much as I think he can be good. Jimmy Graham most definitely going to retire after the year. I'm kind of surprised he didn't retire, honestly. And I think their defense is on the verge of collapsing a bit because it feels like they rely so much on Mac and they just let go of Kyle Fuller. And I'm not a huge fan. I love this, but I don't know, man. We haven't produced real NFL talent in a while. I mean, I think our latest draft pick last year was John Bates in the fourth, I think. And we drafted, I think Ezra Cleveland was drafted last year in the second. I mean, we produce NFL talent, but we're not exactly the best at it. I mean, I think our best player in recent memory is Demarcus Lawrence, I believe, and Leighton Vander Esch. So we have talent, but like I don't know in those years we exactly had the best talent in football. When Josh Allen was facing there, it was considered a down year for us, dude. Like we weren't even ranked, I think. He played in 2016. I thought he didn't start till. Yeah, he didn't play in 2016. Oh, never mind. That's the NFL. Whoops. Okay, so you might played 17. Faced Oregon. That was his best competition. Iowa. He never faced Iowa. And 20s. Yeah, I know, but the reasonings is if we look at who Boise faced those years, though, in 2016. I mean, this is coming from a Boise fan who loves them to death. We didn't. I think our biggest competition that year was it Baylor? Yeah, we faced an unranked Baylor and got killed. This was the years of McNichols. We were good, 100%, but we lost to Air Force that same year, and we lost to Josh Allen's Wyoming. I mean, we definitely faced some good teams. I think we faced Washington State, Oregon that year, but we also cut it close to a bad BYU team led by Ty Detmer. No, I'm a real Boise fan. It's just I acknowledge we're a Mountain West team that has been in and out. I mean, I'm a huge Boise fan. We didn't let him play. Okay, Curtis Weaver, that's a player that if a team gives him a chance, he's going to be fan. Yeah, I meant Leighton Vander Esch. He was right after Demarcus Lawrence. Remember, I said it was Demarcus Lawrence and then Leighton Vander Esch. And I also mentioned Weaver. It's just Weaver hasn't gotten to play. I said Weaver was picked in the fifth round, remember? And then this last year we picked John Bates. And I think it wasn't Avery Williams drafted in the fifth. Well, yeah. Well, Leighton Vander Esch has been having a down year. I had a bunch of people telling me he's going to get traded, and D Law hasn't, and Curtis Weaver hasn't gotten a chance to play yet. Sadly, I think he's someone though. If as someone who I watched a lot of Boise too, if Curtis Weaver is given a chance, that man is going to be fantastic. and I am so excited to see someone. He isn't healthy. That's true. That's true. That's a fair point. What's it with Cowboys and their linebackers not being healthy? Sean Lee, Jalen Smith, and now him. I think they should maybe check their health and conditioning coach for the linebacker core. He went to Adam Gase. Who went to Adam Gase? Wait, did Weaver go to the high school? Who went to Adam Gase? I don't know. Thoughts on our RB room in depth? That I honestly think that's arguably, other than our front seven, probably filled the most depth. I mean, I don't know. I really like I don't know. I will say that's probably our RB room. I think everyone can get behind our RB room, and our offense is it's probably our strongest piece other than our own line, I guess. I think our RB room is really good. I really love DeAndre Swift. I really love Jamal Williams. I'm actually kind of a fan of Justin Jefferson. Dude, I haven't. I might just be remembering. Wasn't 2017 the year we had what was his name? Montrell Cozart and what was his name? In the Rippin year where we didn't let Rippin do anything? Wasn't that the year? Yeah. Oh, no, that was 2017. I was wrong. 2017 was the year we didn't let him do anything. And we lost to Fresno. That was frustrating when we lost to Fresno. Yeah, never mind. I mean, you know what? I'm going to agree with you. Boise State's forever amazing and great. I'll give it to you. Top 25. How many teams did we fight that were ranked 25 in 2016? Come on, load for me. None of our teams we faced were. ESPN doesn't say any of our teams are ranked 25 that year. Doesn't normally show the rank to the next side. But like 2016, we lost to Air Force and Wyoming and Baylor. I mean, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna agree. Boise State's amazing. I love it. I don't know. My big thing is we were kind of a team that got lucked out, in my opinion. Sometimes there's a couple games I was like, "Holy crap!" I'm surprised we won that. Like Oregon State and Washington State; those were super close games, and I remember like being on the edge of my seat for those games. Okay, one player, by the way, from that 2016 team that everyone's forgetting is Cedric Wilson. That man, I love that guy. That man is, I think he broke our college receiving record for yards or something like in a season. Or I remember he was just super insane for us. I was really, I'm on ESPN. They might just not be showing. My ESPN is actually like really, really like buggy. If you watched my earlier YouTube videos, for whatever reason, it just like sometimes it won't show stats correctly. And here, I can actually just show you. Fresno wasn't ranked one game, but they were in there. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right, that's right, that's right. Fresno got ranked because they beat us. I forgot about that. Yeah, okay, I can get behind it. You know what? Let's just say I'm a bit down on Boise lately. I guess might be the reason. After we lost Rippin, it wasn't as beautiful as I thought it would be, and I was really disappointed by this last year with Hank Bachmeier. He was just not the same player. I mean, I thought he was going to be. I mean, he started out really hot his freshman year and did not do what I thought he was going to do. I think I don't know. Some of it was film. Some of it was I don't know. 2017. 2017. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, Washington State was 20 and San Diego was 19th. Yeah, it's just my ESPN must be buggy. I don't know why, but it just is, I guess. I got told by a Bears fan that we will win one game. What? One game? Based on what? I mean, I I can understand why like people who don't follow the Lions all that hard think we're gonna be bad, but like I'm gonna agree with Rittenhouse. That's like an alcoholic move. I mean, we literally got better at everything but receiver, I guess, in my opinion. I mean, Rams House reminded me about some stuff about Goff versus Stafford. So I'm kind of a bit more invested in the Goff than I used to be. Again, I don't know why I kind of got down on the Goff trade a bit, but even if Goff isn't as good as Stafford, he's not. If there's not enough of a talent difference, in my opinion, to say we're just gonna go from 5-11 to, well, I guess what would it be now? 1-16? Is that the record now since there's 17 games? Yeah, I don't understand it. And think Montgomery is a top 5 back. Montgomery is good, but I have my concerns about David Montgomery. If you go here, I'm going to show this. Let's see if my ESPN works. I just need to start using PFR or NFL.com. I used to just use ESPN all the time, but oh, hey, it's working. All right, there we go. I'm going to share my screen a bit real quick. Share screen. Okay, boom. Okay, so if we look here, Montgomery didn't start playing well till, let's see, let me count this week to make sure I'm right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He didn't start playing well till week 10. I mean, this guy was averaging 2.9, 2.7, 3.1, 3.4, 2.1, 3.2, 4.9, 5.1, and they were only against the almighty Lions, and this is the only good defense. He actually had a fairly good game. But it wasn't until Green Bay that he started playing well. Green Bay, Detroit, Houston, Minnesota, Jacksonville, and Green Bay. That's where a lot of his yards came from as for his 1,000-yard year. And then he hadn't played bad versus New Orleans. Granted, it's a really good defense. He is good as a scrimmage back. I think, yeah, he had 438 yards and 2 touchdowns. But he is not, what was it, did you say top 3 back or top 4? I can't remember what you said. Let's see, let me go back up. Where did you say? Okay, Montgomery is a top 5 back. Nah, I totally agree with Rams House. Did you say, yeah, is at best top 20? I think he can be a bit better than top 20, but the man just does not do well. Yo, what up, Warrior? Yeah, I need to have like a sit down with you one day and teach you some football. Honestly, like I think you would enjoy the sport. Honestly. Actually, I was about to say, bro, you didn't ask me. Swift, I think he can be a top 15 back next year. I know it's a really bold prediction, but like, if I can put this up here, Swift ESPN. Please show the stats. Please show the stats. It's showing the stats, ladies and gents. He had 10 total touchdowns in 13 games, and he didn't even start till I think what was it, Washington? It's 2021 projecting, like not right now. Oh, last year? Oh, last year Swift was the top 25. I thought we were like going like for the future year. Oh, do you really think that based on last year though that Montgomery was a top 20? Yeah, I mean, if we're going off last year, Swift was a top 25. I mean, he had 4.6 yards per carry and 521 yards on only 114 attempts, and he had 357 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. He was pretty explosive despite not even playing every single game. But you'll give Swift. You give Swift top 18 for last year. Okay. And projections, yeah, I think he's somewhere around top 15 next year. The only reason I don't think his stats are going to be super insane next year is also he's going to be splitting carries with Jamal Williams next year. And I don't know. That's very. Oh dang. Yeah. 5.5 yards. I thought Swift had 4.65, 4.6 yards per attempt. Huh. Ah, you know a lot about the other football. I mean, I don't know anything about the other football. I'm gonna be honest with you. Oh, he for sure does. Rams stats. That was like a thing. He had 10 total touchdowns last year, 8 rushing and 2 receiving, and he probably would have had another had he not dropped the freak had he not dropped that ball versus Chicago. I hate to bring back bad memories, but had he not had that, he probably would have had more. Per touch includes receiving. Oh, okay, okay. That makes more sense. I was kind of like, is ESPN fooling me again? Oh, I got 6 years. Let's go. That's a given, man. What the best lineman on the Bears, like provability right now, is James Daniels, I think. I might be wrong about that, but I think it's only James Daniels. All right. Lions. Lions tight end. I thought you said O line. Oh, okay. Oh, and never mind. You did. Okay, I was right. Okay. Um. Yeah, we got Taylor Decker and Frank Ragnow. That's better than the Bears O line already. And then I honestly am a really big fan of Jonah Jackson. I don't know how the rest of you guys are, but I think he's really good. I think he can. I think he can move down his pressure numbers and allow only 3 sacks instead of 5. And then we also got Penei Sewell. I think that's better than the Bears O line. The only question mark on the line is Big V. Lions quarterback Bears. I 100% agree. I think Jared Goff had a better year than Andy Dalton anyways last year, right? Well, let me compare stats real quick. I remember like thinking, wow, Dalton sucked last year. Yeah, Goff had a better quarterback rating last year than Andy Dalton and had a better win record. Granted, they I can't really compare the rest of their stats because I don't because Goff didn't play and Dalton didn't play all year. Andy Dalton did have a worse yards per throw, I believe. So yeah, he had worse yards per throw. So 100% for sure, and also just I think Goff is going to be amazing next year. The Lions will go 10-6. Oh, welcome, Mister 86. I think you're new. Have I seen you before? Either way, welcome to the Den, man. I love the positivity. I hope you're right. 100%. Montgomery had 5.0 yards per touch and 10 TDs and 301 touches. Huh. I can assume that's you're also counting the receiver one. Lions receivers and Bears. I actually kind of disagree. I hope I have some support later in the comments. But yes, Allen Robinson's arguably better than any of our receivers. But I'm not a big fan of any other receiver past the Bears. I mean, Darnell Mooney is just disgustingly overrated. I mean, he beat Rams House's Ramsey one time, and everyone acts like he's a freaking legend. But personally, I think if you have give me Tyler Williams, Perriman, St. Brown, and Cephas, and I'm really high on Perriman. Sorry, not Perriman. Williams, Cephas, and St. Brown, and Hawkinson. Give me that over Allen Robinson. Personally, I just think we have a better like total receiver core than anyone else. Well, not anyone. Sorry, the Bears. Anyone else on that Bears receiver core? Oh, hey, Rams House agrees with me. Okay, yay. Stafford would screw up the Rams turnover city. Maybe that old line's gonna screw them over. I'm really concerned about that old line. I mean, and they don't have a contested catch guy. Personally, I think the Rams should go after N'Keal Harry. And they need that big guy who can make catches like a Marvin Jones. The totality of the Lions receiver corps is better than the Bears. Once yeah, he agrees. Let's go. If you were to make a football team out of Marvel characters, who would it be? Who would be on it? And what position would they play? Call me later and tell me. Okay. What one? Thank you. You're welcome. I was comparing Swift and Montgomery. Oh, okay. Lions running backs, Bears. Isn't okay. The Bears running back core, if I can remember correctly, it has Montgomery, Tariq Cohen, and I know there's one other running back, but they also got that Khalil Herbert guy. Who the Bears get? Who's their fourth running back? Damien Williams. I think that's the guy who used to play for the Chiefs. That's a solid running back core, honestly. And if we're going off last year, I have to give it to the Bears. But if we're going projection, I'm really high in Swift. Um, I'm personally gonna go with I'm gonna I'm gonna give it a. I think that people also forget how good Tariq Cohen is. But to be fair, he's kind of like a theoretic but shifty. But he's such a good catch bet. You know what? Screw it. I'm giving the Lions over the Bears. Cohen's a great pass catching back. He's nowhere near as good a runner as Jamal Williams. And Swift and Williams, I think, will just be better. Was he not good last year? Oh yeah, he sucked. Holy crap! Oh, he didn't play. He only played 3 games. Although he was really bad. It surprises me. I didn't expect that of him. I used to really like Cohen. Yeah, Lions over Bears. I was kind of looking at the stats for everyone too, as we were kind of talking, and exactly as you mentioned that for that Rams house, I kind of noticed that he's regressed. I don't know what happened to him. But if you give me Swift, Jamal Williams over that Bears running back core, honestly, ah, put them in my eye. Oh well, there we go. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really high on DeAndre Swift. I think he's going to be super insane. I mean, you don't get 4.6 yards per carry and 10 total touchdowns on only 114 attempts, and also have as many yards as he did with a team that had Tyrell Crosby as your right tackle and Big V as your right guard. That's talent right there, especially with a terrible coaching staff. I think he's going to just explode next year. I think he's going to have 1,000 rushing yard year with like 400 receiving yards. I think it's just going to pop off. I don't know. I can't give an exact stat line, but I think he's just going to be insane. Granted, I'm kind of concerned that I made that Armor Warrior action thing. So what I means by core is kind of like corp, kind of like Army Corps. So you know how like they have the Marine Corps, and that's kind of what he means. It's kind of like a special group. For example, there's the Receiver Corps. That means that there's the receivers, just like how there's a Marine Corps. Yeah. Let me Bears D line the Bears have a better D line than the Bears won Pride 40. I think you mean the Lions. That'd be kind of interesting. If you're saying the Lions have a better D line than the Bears, let me look. I'm pretty sure we have. I mean, do you really think we got a better D line than the Bears when they have Khalil Mack? Let me look at this. Yeah, I don't know, man. They got Akeem Hicks, Khalil Mack, and Robert Quinn. I mean, I know Robert Quinn had a down year, but I really hate kicking him out. Akeem Hicks. What about Eddie Goldman? Eddie Goldman any good? Oh, he's a super big vet. Bilal Nicholas. Okay, Blyle Nicholas was pretty solid last year for them. He had 5 sacks and 40 tackles. And I don't know his pressure numbers. Oh, okay. Let me put it into perspective. What are you putting into perspective? Bears D-line, Lions. Okay. I can honestly just get behind that. I think the Bears have the better D-line. Okay, look at it like, oh dear. I don't think Michael Brockers is better than any of the players right now. He's our only proven. Bears, linebackers, Lions. You're speaking facts. One Pride 40. No, I thought you meant like front seven. I was like, I don't know, man. Because I even think front seven wise, the Bears have the better front seven. I think the Bears are going to have a better defense. I think that's a given. When you have Roquan Smith, Danny Trevathan, Khalil Mack, Robert Quinn, Keem Hicks, I don't know. I agree. 100%. The Bear. Okay. Just to put this in perspective, I think Jalen Johnson was the most overrated rookie last year. I mean, this gives Rams House more time to put his thing in perspective. If you go to PFR and check out Jalen Johnson, this guy was only the number 2 corner in the stats. He had a 56 percentage. That's pretty nice, right? But he had 694 yards allowed, with 5 touchdowns allowed, with 107.5 quarterback rating, and a 17.0 missed tackle rate. That isn't good. Imagine what he's going to get killed by number 1 corners. Oh man, like that is just not good. And now he's going to be their number 1 corner. And then they signed Desmond Trufant. Last year, we know Desmond Trufant is not the same player he used to be. That is just. I'm not a fan of the Bears secondary right now. I do love Eddie Jackson. And I believe they have another good safety. What's his name? Shoot, they have another good safety, and that's it. That's all I really like about their core. Sean Gibson, that's who it is. I always forget he exists. Okay, let's see. Let's see this Rams House true rant. If Swift gets 300 touches at the pace he had last year, he'll put up 1,650 scrimmage yards. And I'll move on to he'll also have 19 touchdowns. That sounds like a Todd Gurley type year. So breaking it down, we have a better offense than the Bears. I agree. Adding Levi Onwuzurike and Ali McNeil helps big time. I 100% agree. So 1,650 yards, 19 touchdowns with 300 touches. That is a great year. I would love that, man. Lions D-line is better than the Bears. I don't. I can see it, but it's just hard to say because what 2 of our stars on our D-line is going to be a rookie. I'm curious about this. I want to see what you say about this. Akeem Hicks is the only good player in the Bears D-line. I can kind of get behind that. Wasn't Eddie Goldman pretty good last year? I mean, not Eddie Goldman, Bilal Nicholas. Let me go to PFR with him real quick. I mean, he had 40 tackles and 5 sacks. I mean, that's a pretty dang good year. I mean, it's not elite or super special. Eh, I mean, he had kind of a similar year to Brockers. I mean, I think Brockers had more sacks, more tackles, but I guess. I mean, it depends on if you think of Khalil Mack and Khalil Mack is also an outside linebacker. I don't know if you're counting him. I know you. I mean, don't you kind of say that outside linebacker and DN's like the same position though, Rams House? He was our number 3 quarterback. He didn't do much for us. He's now the current offensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. Fellow Boise fan in the house. So Mac doesn't exist, Rams house. You're capping right now. Like, how good was he? He had a really good game for Dallas versus Washington a while back. But he didn't really do much as a quarterback. Granted, I think he would have thrived in like a New Orleans system, but alas, it was not meant to be. Hey, David Kamar, welcome back. Khalil Mack versus Sewell. That's gonna be a good game. Mack is a linebacker. Okay. So then, if we're not counting Mac, I can actually get behind with you on that one, Rams house. I know some people kind of count those guys who are mostly used in like outside linebackers as a D end only, kind of, or essentially just an extra D end. I don't know. You want to talk 7 versus front 7? I take it back. Hicks was trash. What? Was Hakeem Hicks trash last year? He had 3.5 sacks, 49 total tackles. Oh, that's a down year. Although he had 21 quarterback hits. He had 29 quarterback pressures. He didn't seem trash last year. I mean, he wasn't elite like he normally has been. But I see us sweeping the Bears. I could see us sweep the Bears. First off, I'm not a fan of Andy Dalton. I think we at least are guaranteed that first getting a win versus Andy Dalton. But I'm just not a fan of that Bears team. I think Matt Nagy is going to get fired next year. I personally think he should have gotten fired this offseason. But alas, they didn't fire him, thankfully. Now the Lions got themselves potential 2 guaranteed wins. Let's see what happens there, though. They'll probably put in Fields once they realize, oh, shoot, Andy Dalton's not winning us games. And I'd rather keep my job, even though this is going to screw over Justin Fields. I told that guy that the Bears are garbage. Well, good for you on Pride. You are 100% a great Lions fan, because I 100% agree with you. I actually have him at 4th place in our division. I think even with Aaron Rodgers being, Packers are a better team than the Chicago Bears. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. I mean, you think Flowers and Aguilar is better than Khalil Mack? Or are you meaning like 2 versus 1 basis? I'm a huge Aguilar fan, but to put him over Mack is kind of. I mean, I do know that Khalil Mack has been regressing, but like. No way he's. I mean, I don't know. Oh, okay. So it's edge versus. So it's like edge versus edge. Okay. I was about to say I don't know exactly worse than Aguilar, but I can give you that. I think Flowers and Aguilar is a better combo than Mack and Quinn. Quinn was dreadful last year. I actually was looking. Um, I think he had one of his worst years of his career, didn't he? He only had 2 sacks on 20 tackles. He did have 3 forced fumbles, which was nice, but like the man played in 15 games and he had like the stats equivalent to Trey Flowers, who was hurt. So I will 100% get behind you, and you're saying like combining the 2 edges and whatever. I'll give you Quinn though. No, both edge versus. Oh, let me do that. Mac is a top 10. Throw in Julian versus Edge. Totality is clear versus Lions. Reach. Julian Aguilar is someone I am so excited for. Everyone keeps talking about us getting Theobix if we have a bad year. I do not want to get Theobix because I believe in Julian Aguilar. Julian Aguilar had a better pass rush win rate than Chase Young and the same pressure rate as Chase Young at Notre Dame. And like, there's no other good pass rushers at Notre Dame other than him. I am 100% a fan of Julian Aguilar. I think he can be just as good as his brother. I really. But the guy they said sweeping us through. What? Can you show me who that guy is? Like, is he in like a YouTube comment or is he like in a Discord or? Oh, for sure. Oh, dude, I'm so excited for Julian. I oh man, I am just so freaking pumped for him. He didn't get to do really anything last year. He was injured, but I think he's gonna come back and kill it. I mean, if you want a game that's a good example of his college football was Virginia. That man, I think, got like 3 sacks. Was it versus Virginia? And he just, I think he even forced a couple fumbles versus Bryce Perkins, and it was hilarious. I watched that game, and I could tell Perkins was, dude. Let's see, go there. Yeah, West Virginia, 3 sacks and 2 forced fumbles. That man showed no mercy. I am such a fan of him. I think the Lions keep 4 running backs this year: Swift Williams, Dedrick Mills, and fullback Jason Kabinda. Oh, you think Dedrick Mills beats Jamar Jefferson, huh? That's interesting. You're the only person I. Oh, oh yeah, Jamar. Okay, I will say that. You're the first person to say that. His name is Nicholas Gill. That's such a. It's kind of a cool name, honestly. The only part of the front seven the Lions have is inside linebacker. Yeah, I think that's undeniable for Roquan Smith and Danny Trevathan, 100%. I think the Lions keep 4 running backs this season: Swift, Williams, Dedrick Mills, and Shamar Jefferson, and fullback Jason Kabinda. Okay, okay. You guys that work out, you those guys that work out at a make us strong is ridiculous. Yeah, Jefferson will definitely make it. Jefferson, he's the third running back already on the depth chart. I love his vision. I don't think he's anything special. He kind of reminds me of a on Johnson. I think he's nothing special, but I think he's going to be a good player for us. I really like the pick. He's someone who is exactly what the 7th round normally is. A depth player, a solid depth player, but nothing more. I like him though. Yeah, I'm honestly just a really big fan of all of this. Uh, Personally, I think that's just what the draft has been doing for us lately. Is we're getting players who are going to be good, or at least really good depth players. Personally, the only player I'm concerned about in this draft that isn't like a 7th round pick for making a production for us is actually Iffy. Iffy is super raw. Me and Rams House were actually talking about him the other day on Discord. He's mostly kind of a zone guy. He kind of looks more like a safety than he does a corner, which is why I think he's probably going to be the developmental raw guy the Lions got. So I don't think we'll really see him in 2021 and see him like really make any plays for us. But it's a player I'm definitely concerned about. We went to the Den 8th year. Yeah, wait, what? The second worst starting quarterback in he thinks he's worse than Daniel Jones? Hold on. There is no way that he thinks Cam Newton and Daniel Jones are better quarterbacks right now. Or Andy Dalton for that matter. And like I'm somewhat starting to like Sam Darnold, but I don't understand how you can. No, Jared Goff is far from the worst second or worst starting quarterback in the NFL. He said he would pick him over Tyrod, and that's it. He would pick Drew Lock over Jared Goff. He said he would pick, bro. That's insane. Drew Lock was far worse than any of Goff's years. What? Oh, I guess his rookie year was pretty bad. Never mind. But nonetheless, Drew Lock. No way. What doesn't make sense? What was Drew Lock better statistically last year then? Drew Lock had a 16 touchdown, 15 pick ratio. Goff never had that bad of a touchdown pick ratio. I mean, he had some bad touchdown pick ratios. He had 6.6 yards per throw, 57.3% completion percentage, and a quarterback rating of 7.5.4. I like Drew Lock's potential, but there is nothing that tells me Drew Lock is better than Goff right now, or has been. I don't even get it. Nope, he said not me. Yeah, the Tyrod's not worse than Drew Lock right now. Does Javon McKinley or Sage Surratt make the team? I personally think it's going to be Javon McKinley. He's got the 100K guaranteed money to be at the line right now. And personally, I also just think Javon McKinley's a bit more explosive. I do like Sage Surratt. I can see both make the team. But right now, they're kind of being outshined by Victor Bolden at practice, from what I've heard. And that's kind of concerning to me, considering the fact Bolden hasn't really done anything in his NFL career. I mean, granted, he hasn't really been given much of a chance, but I don't know. Worst. We don't count Kyle's rookie season. I wonder who will be our punt returner. By the looks of it, I think it's probably going to be Victor Bolden. He's been killing it at camp from what I've heard as a receiver, and he's already has experience as a special teamer. I think he had like 6 special team scores back at college. So I'm very excited to see what happens with him. I'll take him over Dalton, Locke, Jones, Garlopolo, Hurts, and Tannehill. Oh, dude, Tannehill. Tannehill. I can agree with everything but Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill's like my guy. Aw, I don't know. Tannehill and Goff's hard for me because prime Goff, like if we get anything from 2017, 2018 Goff, I don't know. Let me look at Tannehill versus prime Goff real quick before I make my judgment on that. I don't know. Jared Goff's a top 10 quarterback, even if Watson is playing. Hold up. Goff's best year is 2018 versus the Goff had on 561 attempts, 4,688 yards, 8.4 yards per throw, 32 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, quarterback rating of 101.1. Ryan Tannehill. Does anyone know what Tannehill's stats would have been had he played the full year in 2019? Because 2019, he kind of was on pace for such a good year, but I don't know what his total stats would have been had he played every game. But he had a better yards per throw. He had 9.6 to Goff's 8.4, 117.5 quarterback rating, 22 touchdowns to 6 interceptions, 70.3 completion percentage. But if we go to 2020 where he had a full season, which is what I'm going to do since that's fair, 65.5 completion percentage, 3,819 yards, 7.9 yards per throw, 33 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. But granted, Tannehill did also run for 7 touchdowns, so he had 40 touchdowns to 7 interceptions, and he had no lost fumbles, so I'm not going to count the fumble, at least as a runner. I don't know, man. Oh, thank you, heavens! I needed the almighty Goff pastor in here. Yeah, I 100% agree. I think a good example actually is Ryan Tannehill with the Dolphins, because Ryan Tannehill with the Dolphins was better than Goff. But Ryan Tannehill with the Titans right now is he's a top 10 quarterback. I can get behind that, dead fat fan man. I can definitely. By the way, welcome to the stream, man. I think you just joined. I definitely can agree. We'll call him Justin Fultz until he proves us wrong. Bengals online, Bears online. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. Are you saying the Bengals have a better online than the Bears? Hold on, let me go to the depth chart real quick. Bears have Tevin Jenkins, James Daniel, Cody Whitehair, Alex Rogers, German Afidi. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I clicked on the Bears twice. My intelligence is insane. Bengals have Jonah Williams, Xavier. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name. Sua Philo, I think. Trey Hopkins, Jackson Carman, and Riley Reef. I think the Bengals do have the better tackle duo. Riley Reef and Jonah Williams, sorry, are better. Mostly because even then, Tim Jenkins is unproven. I really like him. Jackson Carman, I question at guard. I do not like, or Xavier. Trey Hopkins, I think, is a better center than Cody Whitehair, though. I don't know. I think they're kind of even, man. I don't really like either line. I don't know. So Tannehill's better than Goff. He's in a better situation. Bears receivers. Oh, sorry. Bengals receivers, Bears. That's for sure. Bengals definitely have the better receivers. They have Tyler Boyd, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. That's in itself that's better than most receiver cores, honestly, in the NFL. That's not even to mention the fact they have Joe Mixon as a catching back, and he's insane as a catching back. They also have the better quarterback in Joe Burrow. I think they got the duo and center duo, which I think kind of makes them better line, honestly. And their defense, they kind of improved their defense a bit. They got Larry Ogunjobi. They got Trey Hendrickson, DJ Ritter is a solid run stuffer. Sam Hubbard was good in college, but he's nothing special in the NFL so far. Mike Daniels was way big for himself. Tyler Shelvin, I liked him as a run stuffer, but doesn't even look like he's doing that good. Joseph Osai, I think he's a solid college player. I think he might overtake Sam Hubbard someday. Logan Wilson was someone I really liked in the draft process, but none of the linebackers done good. Trey solid. Wait, Trey Waynes? I thought Trey Waynes was a slot. Why is Mike Hilton and Trey Waynes on the same team? Chidobe Awazi is actually a pretty solid player. Jesse Bates is the best safety in football right now. Granted, that's according to PFF, but I also really like they do. But do the Bengals have a better roster than the Bears? I think so. I don't defense, but I think their defense is still enough to beat the Bears. The two went head to head. Do they face each other this year? Yeah, they face each other week 2, so they'll tell us if they do. I think they do. Joe Burrow, he's better than Andy Dalton, then I think he's going to be better than Justin Fields. And I think it's a big indicator. Bengals, yes, they do. Okay, that's pretty nice. Okay, I agree with you guys on that one. Gotta do a big stretch here, y'all. So, yo, we got Dr. Detroit in the building. Oh, man. It's kind of fun seeing how, all the guys that I used to see on Eon's comment sections. We got Dr. Detroit in this. We got One Pride 40. I used to see him on those comment sections. And even John Kapler normally joins us, but he's probably at work right now. So, it's pretty cool. I guess now all we're missing, Dr. Detroit, is Hungry Panda Studios, and I think we got the entire Dose of Theon power group. I don't know. I think we can beat San Francisco, and I think we can beat Chicago. I think we're 2-2, most likely. Baltimore and Green Bay. We actually no, we don't. Hold up, let me look at the list real quick. I gotta remember. You think I'd remember after doing a video on it and doing a schedule prediction video, but little old me is forgetting it right now. Okay, I think we beat San Francisco and Chicago. And if the Green Bay Packers do not have Aaron Rodgers, I think we beat the Packers. but only if Aaron Rodgers isn't playing. If Aaron Rodgers is playing, we're for sure 2-2. Who? That's just not true. I don't like that. Hmm. Who is the least talented offensive starter who isn't a receiver on this Lions team? Probably Big V. I mean, he was so bad last year. And I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to go with Big V. Big V was just awful last year. I'd like you to put that pipe down. Never. I will never put it down. Hello, JK. 1-3 is my prediction. That's realistic,
but I think we can beat the Bears and the Niners. But they will, though. He is a drama queen. Wait, do you think the Packers will play? Do you think Aaron Rodgers will play? Let's see what happens. 2-2, we beat the 49ers and the Packers. Aren't you? I'm surprised you aren't saying 3-1, considering the fact you just trashed on the Bears for an entire comment section. I don't know. I think we're better than the Bears. Got to be Big V, but I think he will surprise people. I agree. I think he could be better than people think he's going to be. Um, Big V, he has some good games. He did a good job versus New Orleans. I've been trying to watch some tape on him, but it's just so hard because he was injured in and out. But I think third highest paid guy is the least talented, kind of wild. That's Bob Quinn for you, man. I liked Big V, but he's so much money, man. Like if he was like a cheaper deal or something, I'd love to see him Logan Stenberg, but I think Logan Stenberg could be better than him. Sad on. Yeah, yeah. You just said they sweep the Bears. I know. I kind of agree with that. Rams House knows that too. Yeah, I gotta check myself. I might be around alcoholics. Yes, Rogers is a total queen. Yes, queen. I don't know. We haven't had a year like this with Rogers. We've had Rogers be mad at the Packers organizations, but he's not even practicing from what I've heard. That man's out here like playing golf and kissing his girlfriend at a beach and playing guitar. I haven't really heard anything about him. The Lions 3-1. There we go. He changed it. Who thinks Matt Stafford folds under the pressure and shrinks? I think he will. Personally, that'll line. It's not just the fact he doesn't have he doesn't play well under pressure, but it's the fact that it's going to be so bad under pressure. They only have one good old lineman in Andrew Whitworth. And I say that with all due respect to your team, Rams House, but Whitworth is 40 years old coming off an injury. I think he probably might have a down year. So I don't know. I think it's gonna be as bad as his rookie years, man. And I don't know. Not confident about him. Bob Quinn, boy doofus. Oh yeah, big time doofus. Dr. Detroit, I'm nervous about it. Hey, to be fair, Rams House is the kind of one that made me open up about the fact that the Rams line isn't good. I can't believe PF. Did you? By the way, Rams House. Did you see that they PFF ranked sixth or something like that? I remember. What was it? What was it? What was it? What was it? I think they ranked him sixth. 2021 PFF line. Internet's being slow today. Yeah, I saw PFF an early offensive line ranking the other day. I think they ranked him sixth. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Oh yeah. Okay, let's see. There it is. Ranked the best offensive lines heading into the 2021 season. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, it wasn't sixth. It was eighth. It was eighth. They were ranked eighth by PFF. Stafford's back was broken last year. He's one hard sack for missing some time, probably. He's not my guy. You guys are doing too much meth in Cali. For California. Always getting roasted. You should be. Maybe retiring. Maybe. LOJK. Huh? Honestly, the Rams aren't a good fit for Stafford. Yeah, I agree. They do not have a. My biggest thing is I can handle the battle line. Stafford has played a battle lines before and played pretty good. It's the fact they don't have a contested catch guy. I mean, that guy straight up was I think their only contested catch guy is the rookie that they drafted in the fourth or fifth. I think his Davis or something from UCF. It's why I think they should go grab N'Keal Harris. N'Keal Harry, and get him a contested catch guy because he does not have a guy who can do that. At least the Rams are loaded with contested catch receive. What? You got to be sarcastic. I think you're being sarcastic. All their guys are yards after the catch. Sorry, my throat is killing me right now for whatever reason. um, Robert Woods, Yak guy, Cooper Kupp, Yak guy. I feel any quarterback folds under pressure. That's very true. Even Tom Brady folds under pressure, and Patrick Mahomes folded under pressure last year too. Why? Yep. Yeah. Did you see the article, or do I need to share it on the comment section? When Stafford played with a bad O line, he was in his 20s and he's now 33 and going to a bad line. No, Stafford didn't get a good O line until the Bob Quinn era. That was the entire thing. Here, I'll share you the link, guys, for the PFF online thing. Okay, Rams House found it. But like, it's I don't know, man. I don't understand it. Uh, Stafford didn't get a good O line really till I think Bob Quinn came. Um, I think his best O line rank before Quinn was 13th in 2011. But don't count me on that. I don't perfectly know. I tried to find it the other day, but he didn't start getting a line until Taylor Decker, Glasgow, and Ragnow came. That was slash. See, I'm really sad because Bob Quinn actually had the potential to build a really good O line. He signed Ricky Wagner. He brought in T.J. Lang, and then you imagine if the Lions actually got to keep those players healthy. Imagine we had Taylor Decker, Graham Glasgow, Frank Ragnow, T.J. Lang, Ricky Wagner. That would have been a great O line had they had those two right guard and right tackle stayed healthy. PFF did, sir. Yeah, I found it. Good. Brian Allen was awesome for Michigan State University, but he's a deaf player at best in the NFL. I don't know enough about Brian Allen, but he had a bad. So that's all I know, and I don't think he was a starter last year. Go Green. Hey, there's John Kapler. How you doing, man? Welcome to the den, man. Poor Stafford. LOL. Wait, where are you? Were you in the stream with another profile picture? Eh? Wait. I was about to say welcome to the den because of your profile picture, but I think you're already in here, weren't you? Yeah, you were making Stafford earlier. Oh no, that was Mr. R86. Never mind. Never mind. Welcome to the den, Armac. Glad to have you here. The famous Homeless Lions fan is in the house. Oh, rest in peace to John Kapler. Honestly, John, I personally didn't think you looked that bad, but I guess everyone's like, yo, that beard. It's the Patricia beard. You must shave. I honestly wonder what you'd look like shaved. That'd be interesting. This online Stafford could have been behind. It would have been fantastic. Stafford made a mistake in wanting to leave. Here is Johnny. Is your name Johnny? Or is Johnny Football here? Crazy. So personally, I actually want to know since I got 7 viewers in here, I want to know each and every person prediction for the Lions record wise in this chat. Like, I kind of want to see everyone. I think One Pride said 10-7 last year, but I want to see what everyone's predictions are for the Lions. We'll go to John's. Hey, I just got a new sub. Oh, hey, it's Alexander. Hey, Alexander, thank you for the sub, man. Let's see, go to John real quick. Shaved clean. Your newest video for me it's showing up. Did you shave in the middle of the stream? In the video? Huh. You still have a beard. Maybe my thing's not working for your channel? Huh. This is the best offensive line that Goff's been behind. He's literally got a fortress in front of him. Oh yeah, man. I think I looked at the Lions of the line the other day, and I calculated how much weight it had in total, counting Sewell, and it was insane. Let me count it up real quick. I'll put it in my calculator while you guys make your predictions, I guess. 3, 2, 4 plus. Man, Decker's huge, man. Plus 308 plus Frank Ragnow 311. Man, Big V and Sue are going to be huge. Come on, Big V. 3, 2, 5 plus Sewell. Oh, actually, Sewell should just be in this line already. Yes, he isn't. I'm not even counting the fact. I'm just doing the starters. It's not even counting the fact we have backups like Stenberg and Sewell. Plus 331. We have 1,599 pounds on that old line. Oh my word. It's insane. That 1,599 pounds on that old line. That's crazy. Happy wife, happy life. For sure, Joseph Murdoch. Jack Nicholson. 4 wins. Okay. 4 wins. 10-7 for Joseph Murdoch. Oh, you didn't say 10 wins. What was your record prediction? I know someone else said like 10-7 the last stream. It actually might have been Joseph. Just at work, that's all. No, that was a nice beer. I was kidding about being homeless. Yeah. I think not in last place in the division. Bold. I love it. I say 8-9. No. One pride. No, 2018 was better overall. I think 2018 is a better than 2020s, huh? Actually, that line was Decker, Glasgow, Ragnow, Lang, and Ricky Ragnar, right? I think that was the line 2018. But to be fair, it wasn't healthy, I don't think. Ricky Wagner and Lang didn't play all that much, 18. Go back like 3 months of videos. Oh, okay. Oh, that's what you meant. I thought you shaved it again. And all that. Okay. Yeah, keep the beard, man. We love the beard. I still got the beard. Okay. Wish we could have seen Decker and Campbell on Mountain Men TV. Huh? Oh, okay. It was me, lol. Okay. I couldn't remember. Oh, yo, I got 9 viewers. Let's go. I love to see it, guys. Almost everyone on their schedule is a top 15 team. Lions are better than most think, but they won't be top 15 in 2021. You're taking Sullivan over Ragnow. Who is Sullivan? Do you mean Sewell? 7-10. Love it. So, Mark LeBay, I'm curious. If you go to the Detroit Lions schedule, do you think we are a worse team than the San Francisco 49ers? I don't know if you were here earlier, but we kind of broke that down. Because I don't think we are. I think we got a better quarterback. I think we got a better running back duo. I think we got ourselves a better line. Although, granted, San Francisco's got themselves the same line, so maybe not. So why do you think the San Francisco 49ers are a better team? Well, that you really are hanging out with alcoholics, One Pride. It's not like anyone's saying it's a top five line. We literally got like the best tackle prospect in many years. We already got Decker and we already got Ragnow, and Jackson was literally on all pro rookie teams. The only player in our weak O line is Big V. Okay, you think they can beat San Francisco? All right, we kind of broke that down. Do you think if Green Bay doesn't have Aaron Rodgers, that the Lions could beat the Packers? Because we were super close during all the Patricia era, even in 2018 and 2019. So, um, I'm curious because do you think we could beat the Packers if Rodgers is gone? Even though we were super close with Rodgers in there during the Patricia era. Granted, some of that was during the Mike McCarthy era. I believe Mike McCarthy was still a coach in 2018. Whoa, Goff is not better than Stafford. I think current Stafford's better than current Goff, but Goff had a better 5 years. I think also Goff will have a better career with the Detroit Lions than Stafford because he's in a far better situation than Goff. And maybe lots of ifs. Well, I don't think it's much of an if. Rodgers isn't doesn't look like he's gonna play. It's honestly more of an if he's gonna play at this point. From what I heard, he hasn't been going to any practices. He's still pissed off at them. So I do not think that it's really much of an if for there. So I agree that we'll lose to the Ravens. Most likely, the Ravens have a really good defense and a pretty complete team. And until I see Lamar get stopped officially, even though I think he will, I can't give it to them yet. So the Packers, I think we can beat the 49ers. I think we can beat the Green Bay Packers. I think we'll get beat by the Baltimore Ravens. But then if we move on to Chicago Bears, do you think we are a better team than Bears, Mark? Because so far I got us at 2 wins already. I think we're already better than the Bears. Until you give your response. No doubt in my mind, the Lions will win one game at home versus the 49ers. They will also win the Monday night game and the Ravens game early in the season. The Bears are a mess. Whoa. You think they can beat the Ravens? That you're a better fan than I am. I'm way too much of a in the middle guy. I'm sometimes I'm this giant Kool-Aid person. Other times I'm like this big moderate like negative guy, I guess. We'll see. The proof is in the pudding. One pride for sure. Stafford was your best lineman in 2018. Who's Scaffold? Scaffold. Rams. Who is this man? Oh, Roger Saffold. Roger Saffold. Oh, who's the guy that retired? Oh, looks like he played for you guys for a long time, so he must have been good. Oh man, y'all are commenting super fast. I love it. I love it that you got to fast. San Francisco defense is very, very good. The Packers defense is probably better than Detroit. The San Francisco, okay. The San Francisco 49ers defense, this is my prediction. I don't know if everyone is going to agree with me on this. It's overrated. It's terrible. The Packers defense I can agree on. But here, actually, I'm going to share my screen real quick. I want to show you this San Francisco defense real quick. Windows screen. Microsoft Edge tab. Okay, entire screen. Boom. Okay. If we go to the San Francisco 49ers team, if we go to their depth chart,
Who on that D line is any good other than Nick Bosa right now? Arik Armstead showed he was a product of the 2019 elite D line. He only had 3.5 sacks, had very little pressure. Javon Kinlaw had a bad rookie season. J. Jones, I didn't even. D Ford is always hurt. I mean, D Ford's solid, but he's not the same player he used to be. Their cornerback core after Jason Verrett, none of these corners are good, other than maybe Ambry Thomas. But I haven't seen anything from Ambry Thomas yet, so I can't give him the nod over any of the Lions corners. And I believe Jakarski Tart had a down year. Jakarski Tart. However you say this guy's name, I don't even know. Jakiski, I don't know. I hate it when people have really hard names. Tart actually didn't have that bad of a year. I know one of the safeties had a bad year. I talked to a 49er fan. Was it Jimmy Ward who had a down year? That can't be. I thought Jimmy Ward was like their guy. Jimmy Ward. Okay, so Jimmy Ward had a 105.8 quarterback rating, a 69.4 completion percentage on the cloud. He did a good job with yards, but he had a down year. And even then, I feel like Tracy Walker can be better than either of these safeties. Granted, I don't think Will Harris will be better, but still, it's good. Of course, the only thing I know for sure, and it will be better than the Lions. And there's nothing about this defense that's really special. That's special to me, other than Nick Bosa and Fred Warner. I don't know. I think Lions have a better defense. Let's compare this to the Lions real quick and the defense. So, if we go to Lions defense, Michael Brockers. Actually, let's put them side by side. I'll put them side by side for you. So that way I'm being completely honest with you both. In there. I think Michael Brockers is better than Arik Armstead. You know why? Let's look here. Steed versus Brockers. 51 tackles and 5 sacks versus 49 tackles and 3.5 sacks. You may go, okay, what about pressure numbers? If we go to Arik Armstead, I already know that Michael Brockers had 17 pressures last year, so I'm not even going to look it up. I've done enough on Brockers to know that. He had 23 quarterback pressures. It's honestly not enough. Michael Brockers had a 0% missed tackle rate last year. To say that Brockers is better, you have to at least admit Brockers is an Armstead level. Okay, let's go back. Lee McNeil versus Javon Kinlaw. So technically, I can't give, in perspective, I guess, like I normally say, the rookie, except Javon Kinlaw didn't do anything last year. He had 33 tackles and 1.5 sacks. He did have a pick six, though, so that was pretty cool. Except Lee McNeil college was double teamed. I think he said he was double teamed every play, and he even got triple teamed. Levi Onwuzurike, despite being a nose tackle, let's compare the two again. This is just front seven, by the way. I'm going to be doing first right now. Gosh dang it. Okay, well, for right now, I guess it's not showing me. Either way, basically, the only player on their D-line statistically that is better, if I can remove my share screen now, is Nick Bosa. Their cornerback core, I think Quinton Dunbar is better than Jason Verrett. I think Amani O is as good as Jason Verrett. I even think Jeff Okudah could be better than Jason Verrett next year. The San Francisco 49ers defense is not better, in my opinion, than the San Francisco 49ers. And the most important detail is they lost Robert Saleh. I think that they can be better. Once the cameras turn on, he will be there. He's a media diva. Very true. Comparing the last 4 years for Goff and Stafford, they're basically a wash, slightly in favor of Stafford statistically. Yeah. Bosa is why people think the Niners is better, for sure. San Francisco's defense is terrible. If the Bears start a rookie QB, the Lions are better than the Bears. I think the Lions are still better than the Bears, even with a rookie quarterback. Let me get back there. Yes. Dalton Garbage. Roger Saffold, thank you. Yeah, okay. Top 3 guard in 2018. Okay. Okay. Lions offense could be very good, but Lions D is scary bad. But it's changed so much, Mark. Amani O, have you seen my Amani O video? That guy had amazing stats last year, and he had the worst defense behind him. Let me pull up his PFR stats real quick. Amani, oh here it is. It's already pulled up here because I've already debated a bunch of people about Amani O. Kind of sad, honestly. But Amani O had a 59.3 completion percentage, 3 touchdowns allowed, 92.2 quarterback rating. That's pretty impressive. The only thing Amani O needs to work on is yards. I don't know. He's dominating for Tennessee too. He's one of the big reasons Henry is taking a huge step forward. Yeah. Well, how do you hire Joe Barry and you know he's trash? True. Now the defensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers. I think the Green Bay Packers defense will regress mightily. I think Mike Pettine was a way better defensive coordinator. Remshouse, are you higher on the Lions than you are the Rams? Who play Madden then? I don't play Madden. I haven't played in a while. I kind of hate the new Madden where they show you what to do and force you to do a move. I was way better in the early Madden games when they didn't tell you to do a spin move or juke. Patricia isn't here no more. Very true. Coming into next season. Oh my gosh, this thing was the Lions matchup against the Ravens. Stop the run, they win. Oh, Joseph, I hope you're right. I would love that. I'm very concerned about the Lions defense. A good QB and a tight end is going to pick it apart all day long. Maybe. I don't know. Jamie Collins is literally one of the better linebackers in coverage in football. Tracy Walker, I think, will have a bounce back here. The only real concern I have for the Lions is Will Harris. But I think I also should realize something. How many great tight ends are there anymore? Last year, looking back statistically, this was kind of a down year for tight ends. The big three is Travis Kelce, George Kittle, and Darren Waller. And then you battle between at 4 for Hawkinson and Andrews. So we most likely have 4. And I think TJ Hawkins can even move up to 3. So do you think Mike Gesicki is someone we should be scared of? I don't know. For sure. Packers D is more talented than Lions, but the coaching has been bad for sure. Look at matchups. Lions defense against opposing team offense. I can do that. Like right now, or do you want me to do it as a video? I don't think Collins and Flowers won't be here long. I think Flowers will continue to be here. Unless a new big time player comes in or Julian Okwara explodes next year, I think Trey Flowers will continue to be there. And I think Julian Okwara is going to have like an insane season, like a 10 sack season for that to happen. Flowers just has the contract, man. Love the content, boss. Keep it up. Thanks, man. I really appreciate you guys liking my content. I have 10 viewers right now. I think my record's 21, but that's when I had John Kapler and Ramshausen that was scheduled. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys liking my videos, man. It's honestly a dream come true. I always kind of wanted to be a YouTuber since I was a kid, and so you guys liking what I say is pretty. Of course, you're going to have the occasional opposition, but part of that is also maybe I might have a dumb take, like saying the New York Jets are going to be good without looking at their secondary. So yeah, I mean, everyone has those kind of things, but also I just guess I just really being here. You guys are always a lot of fun. Lions fans are honestly some of the most interesting and fun people to talk to. So thank you guys for watching everything. I'm not ending the live or anything, but you guys are all just amazing here. I just looked into Sal's intro conference and it was boring. Yeah, he had like the one line and that was it. I'm kind of sorry. Um, Caldwell. I mean, not Caldwell. I cannot say Campbell. There we go. Dan Campbell much more grossly. Who? I don't know. I don't think many Lions fans actually think Flowers is any good. Hey, 11, welcome to the den, 11 viewer. Here, Rams House, could you send me that pressure link on Discord for Trey Flowers? I can't find it anyway right now. I was actually about to talk about him, but ironically, when Pride already showed that thing.
get rid of the rest of the Patriot scum. I won't get rid of a good Patriot player. Just because a player is a Patriot from the Patricia era does not mean he's bad. Thanks, Joseph, for coming on the show, man. I love it. Bye, man. Um, but yeah, like I mean, if Jamie Collins is playing well, why get rid of him? If Trey Flowers is playing well, why get rid of him? I mean, if a player, just because a player, I know we all kind of hate the Patricia era. I know it's a dark, dark period in our history. Why remove the good players out, the good parts of them? I don't really understand it all that much. I mean, hopefully I can get the Trey Flowers link real quick because I can't find it right now. Trey Flowers pressures. Let me try it again. Pressure numbers. Ah, here it is. Try to show this. I'm gonna show this up real quick. On private thing here. Let me show here. Yeah, I'm gonna make it so I can't show Rams House's Discord because I'm sure he wants that private. So I'll just put that there. There you go. Put him in the Google Doc. Let me share screen again. Share screen. Boom. Ah, there you go. Trey Flowers had 78 quarterback pressures while in New England. And I believe he had 62 in 2019. And if I go to 2020 early D-line rankings, I think that's where it's found, PFF, they talk about him having 62 quarterback pressures. Let's see. Lions. Let me find them. I know I can find where we're at. I think we're in the 20s. PFS thing. Ah. Here. Just gonna. Lions. Where are we at? I know we're on here somewhere. Ah, here we are. Trey Flowers had 63 total quarterback pressures in 2019 with the Lions, with no help. 63 quarterback pressures when you have no one to help you and 7.5 sacks and what was it, 54 tackles? That's pretty dang good. And then he was at the likes of guys like J.J. Watt, who had 78 pressures in 2018 when he was with New England. Hey, Trey Flowers is a really grossly underrated player. Like, I really like Trey. Exactly. Patricia was bad. We should keep Swift and Hawkins the same with any other good player we have. Thank you, Danny. And welcome to the stream, by the way. I don't think you were here earlier. Lions have a lot of players who could ball out, I assume, or could team out, bounce back after a bad year injury, but maybe not. It'll be fun to watch, but it's overly optimistic to expect too much. Exactly. I'm not saying we're going to be a playoff team. I think we're 7-10, 8-9. Yeah, you meant breakout. Yeah, that's what I figured. I kind of cooled down on Salah during the hiring process. I did too. I actually was someone who started advocating Campbell the moment I heard him being interviewed. Dan Campbell was kind of my guy when he was in Miami. Personally, he was someone I wanted Buffalo to get when they hired Sean McDermott, and because I was also kind of a Buffalo guy too. Breakout. Yeah, that's what we meant. Flowers 25 defensive stops in the run game, tied for 8th among qualifiers. Also, his run defense grade on early downs 9.1, ranked 3rd among all edge rushers. He's fantastic in the run. That's like his thing. Him and Brockers are going to be insane in the run stuffers. Actually, I don't like the Bulldogs. Let me go to Oregon real quick. Oregon Ducks. Let me go here. Let me go to stats real quick. This guy is like a complete pencil. I thought he was a safety when I first looked at him. Copy image link. This guy, like, he looks like so thin for an end, and I don't really know if that's gonna like pop it off at the end. I mean, especially this picture. This picture makes him look extremely like thin. I agree, he's fantastic. Browns, Ravens, Seahawks are definitely losses. I can agree. I think we could maybe beat Baltimore if our run game is good. Better than that, I don't know. Drake Jackson or Drake Jackson. I do like Drake Jackson. The guy is so thin, and he had a pretty good year for Oregon. But I feel he just reminds me so much of. Okay, I will admit one thing. I am not the best at scouting defense. I'm not. I'm a defense guy, but I don't see what the hype is around this guy. He's super thin. He looks like he should be playing safety. At best, he's outside linebacker. He had 3 sacks last year and only 38 tackles. Granted, how many games did he play? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He had 7 games and he only had 3 sacks. He had the 9 sack year the year before, 2019. But I'm sorry, size still matters in modern day football, especially on the defensive line. Look no further than Bradley and I for the Dallas Cowboys. He didn't get to do anything last year. Or Dorrance Armstrong when he played for the Cowboys. He didn't have success. And that just scares me off. Um I don't I mean, I don't know. I just didn't think he was all that good. You like Drake Jackson. I like Drake Jackson too. I don't think he'll ever amount to being a starter, but I think he's a really good depth piece. And I like that we got an actual like real center to be a backup for Frank Ragnow. I like that. I honestly think I think it's gonna be kind of cool. We might see a Logan Stenberg and Drake Jackson both playing in the preseason. Mark LeBay, the Ravens lost to the Patriots, and the Lions uh, could maybe beat the Patriots. The Browns lost to the Jets. It's true. Any team can lose. Any team can lose. He got a lot of hand moves. Hand moves can only get you so far. I mean, any team can. My biggest thing with his hands can only get you so far, but what tackles also got good hand moves. You got to have real power, not just like slap a guy's wrist or something. I'm not saying that's his only move, but I think okay, there we go. I'm gonna break through and do a spin move. Like I firmly believe a guy like Theobix would be shut down by a guy like Taylor Decker. I know it's not popular, and I haven't done all the study on him, but my first impressions of him are not there. Granted, I'm not really focusing on 2022's NFL draft. I'm just, I don't know. The Seahawks lost the Giants. Fans overrate difference in skill between most players. There are a few players at each position in the NFL that are dominant. Everyone else is successful because they've been in a position to be successful. Very true. He's got the power from what I heard, strength. Let me look at some of his highlights. A Govan Theo Docs. I'll bring you guys with this. That way we can both see things. Share screen. I don't want to focus too much on this, largely because it's just not my thing. So this is from Harris Sports Production. This. Look at that. He's just relying on speed. He just beat a Nevada tackle. Like, look how thin he looks. I know size isn't everything, but it still matters. But like right there, if we watch the tackle there, I know you can't hold this against Theobix. But one thing I learned, the few football, you don't stand up. Watch how this guy's just like purely standing up. He's not even bending his legs at all. He's trying to grab the upper parts of him. He should be trying to grab. That's just battle line play. Watch. He's like almost purely stands up and just allows that burst. Theo Bix has a good burst. Like I don't think he would get. I don't think really any real NFL tackle would have allowed a sack there. And so I don't know. I don't like that. I think his entire thing is speed, and it kind of reminds me of the Oregon State uh, Beavers player, McCall Rashad Jr., who had that big year, but then kind of fell off last year because people saw, oh, all he relies is on speed. He looks more like an outside linebacker, and if he's gonna be playing D in the NFL, he's gonna need to put weight on. Like, see, he just flies through guys. He's not using power ever on any of these plays. See, no one even blocked him on this play. I don't know. I don't love him. Well, it's a matter of the fact that he's got the weight, but he looks so thin. I don't. It doesn't look like he has the weight on him. He's just flying by people in the highlights. I'm saying. Great. It's like I said. I haven't done the world's biggest study on Theo Bix. I could very much be wrong. But I haven't watched like him like in a game. I've only seen his highlights and I've only seen like what he looks. But look how thin he looks. I know he's got the weight. I initially was a big fan when I just saw the weight, but it wasn't until I looked at him. He looks like a pencil compared to, especially like all these other D linemen. I mean, granted, there is the one thing he could build up weight. Like he's always seems to like not have like any opposition to the line. I don't know. For you guys seem like you're much more into knowing him. But I don't know. I don't know. Who you talking about? We're talking about Theo Bix. Slowly, your hands is your best friend when it comes to D-line. That's very true. Except I'm not really seeing these hand moves you're talking about. It kind of seems like he just speeds forward with them. Like it seems like he relies on speed and burst to beat these players. I don't know. Anything is possible on the road. I think the Lions also definitely 99% lose against the Steelers, Rams, Seahawks, and Vikings. I actually think we can beat the Steelers. And I think Rams will be a close game. They have the reason is I think our pass rush is going to really be good next year. And that Rams line is just awful. Dude is 250 and will get bigger. Hopefully. I hope he gets bigger. But I don't know. He's bigger than Von Miller. Von Miller. But the thing is, Von Miller's an outside linebacker, isn't he? He's not a defensive end. Yeah, he's an outside linebacker. And I've heard Theo Bix is a defensive end. That's why I said I think he fits more as an outside linebacker. I mean, maybe you could just move in the outside linebacker. And I know those are very, very similar positions, but from what I've heard, he's a D end. All right. I don't know. Huh. I don't know. It's like I said, I haven't watched film either. I've only kind of seen like a couple highlights, and his size. I don't know. He's playing in a 4-3. That is very true. But also, Donald has power. I remember watching him with the DK Metcalf and him in that one interview. He said he could like. I think he said he could like. What's his name? What was it? It was either like he bench pressed 500 or something. Something about 500. Yeah, well, I think he's a speed edge rusher. But I don't think this guy's like first overall or top 5 overall if all he is a speed rusher. And I don't know. I don't see the hand moves that One Pride 40 was talking about, or the power. It just seems like he's flying by players who aren't being good tackles. I don't know. Like I said, I do not know. I do not know enough about him. I only have my first impressions. For example, I actually did not like Levi O when I first saw him, but then I watched film on him, and because I just looked at his stats at first glance, and I didn't know that. Also, I also didn't know he was a 3-tech. I thought he was a nose, and then he played really good. So I don't know. You can be thin and be still powerful in the leg. I guess it's true. He's playing in a 4-3. Okay, I don't know Oregon. We beat them, and Boise State beat them like twice, and that's all I cared about. And Herbert. You know, his great hands on D line is Lee McNeil. He has a great base. He was a great baseball player, and baseball players have very quick hands. Very true. I'm so excited for Lee McNeil. Rams house also. This man needs to be a scout. Like honestly, him to be a scout or GM, man. Like this guy. Every time I think I'm right in a debate, the man ends up just quashing me. I don't think there's a single debate I've won against Rams house. Because he is right about the speed rusher power rusher thing. It's just I'm also not a biggest fan of speed rushers. Because I also think Von Miller said, I mean, if he's playing outside linebacker, I have a lot more confidence in him. But I mean, the guy only had 3 sacks last year. Granted, I bet you he got double teamed. He must have gotten double teamed. I mean, if he really is a player everyone's saying he is. Granted, I don't know his pressure numbers either. But yeah, you're so right, Danny. That man's fantastic. Drake Jackson is better against the run. Very true. All right, guys. I just realized I reached the 2 hour mark, and as much as I love you, love you guys. I got some stuff to do and hang out with some people, so I do love you guys. Question: would you guys like a video on how I do my analysis of players and how I make my analysis of teams? Like how does the analytics den do analytics? I guess I was thinking about that today. I thought that maybe you guys would like to see that. Okay. Well, I swear I've seen them be powerful. I don't know. I don't know. Well, that's a good way to end the video. But yeah, if you guys could tell me if you guys would like me to like me doing like a live maybe, and I share my screen or whatever, how I make like a analysis of a team or a player, watch me watch film on a player, watch them look at their stats. I'm totally willing to do that. Durant Sanders is really delusional. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'll see you guys later. I love y'all and on pride.